A Russian lawmaker singled out Britain as Moscow's next top target after Ukraine in a startling speech on state TV controlled by the Kremlin. A Russian lawmaker has issued a threat to Boris Johnson after calling Britain a top target of Vladimir Putin. Boris Johnson's strong stance against the Russian invasion of Ukraine has earned him a spot as the #1 enemy of Kremlin supporters. Speaking on Kremlin-controlled state TV, Russia One, one lawmaker said Russia can carry out a nuclear strike against Great Britain. He pointed to false reports that Mr. Johnson had suggested the UK was considering launching a nuclear strike on Russia without consulting with other NATO partners. This spread across Russian state TV this week in the wake of Russia's successful test of the Sarmat ballistic missile, leading to an escalation of anti-British rhetoric. Speaking yesterday, a Russian lawmaker suggested that Mr. Johnson should be hanged in a sinister death threat, remarking that a noose suits him very well. He also claimed that if Russia nuked Britain, NATO would not intervene despite its Article 5 on collective defense. The clip was shared by Daily Beast's Julia Davis, who monitors Russian TV, tweeting, "Appearing on Kremlin-controlled state TV, Russian lawmaker had some choice words and nuclear threats for Great Britain and Prime Minister Boris Johnson." In the clip, the MP said, "Consider the statement about the possibility of a nuclear strike against Russia without consulting NATO. Listen, we can carry out a nuclear strike against Great Britain without consultations with NATO. Great Britain is a prime target for that. It is an island nation, which would minimize the damage to the continent. It has weak missile defenses. If they move without consulting NATO, then Article 5 on a collective defense may not be in force." I was listening to him, and I thought that noose of Mr. Johnhan's neck during his trip to India suits him very well. The false claim of a British nuclear threat even prompted President Putin's lead mouthpiece Vladimir Solovyov to accuse the UK of smearing Russia with claims of genocide to justify its nuclear attack. He claimed that Britain thinks Russia should be wiped off the face of the earth, all Russian people and Russian culture too. On Thursday, Mr. Solovyov also questioned whether NATO countries will have enough weapons left to defend themselves once Russia's invasion of Ukraine ends. The ranting propagandist, who is sanctioned by the EU for his close ties to the Russian leader, warned that Moscow will be grinding up NATO's war machine as well as its citizens. Meanwhile, the latest UK intelligence briefing suggests that Ukrainian troops have continued to frustrate the Russian invasion. It claims that the Russians had made no major gains in the last 24 hours despite the increased activity. The British update adds that Moscow had yet to establish full control of either air or sea. The briefing noted, despite their stated conquest of Mariupol, heavy fighting continues to take place, frustrating Russian attempts to capture the city. Earlier this week, Russia announced the second stage of its special military operation in Ukraine, saying it would now focus on taking control over Donbass.